Hey, what's up guys, it's Levi here and welcome to a brand new video on the Team Gullit channel, where in this video it's time to discuss everything about kickoff in FC 26. It's one of the biggest topics out there and I'm here to help you score as much kickoffs as possible but also defend them in the best way. So the best way to help you score as much as possible from kickoff is by just understanding how kickoff works. Same goes for the defensive part, but starting with the offensive part. I will just play on this clip and afterwards we will run it back. And I will show you what I do, what I'm looking for, and I will run you through all the steps of this attack. So in the end, you can see I managed to score with Bonmati. But if I run it back, I'm gonna explain it in full detail. So you can also see my controllers in the screen. First thing I do when I take kickoff is that you can see I trigger Mbappe. This way my opponent's AI will try to cover that run in behind, which makes his defensive line step back already. I also trigger Theo, who is an available option out wide if I get stuck in the middle. So right here I managed to find Mbappe with a player lock from Zico. Right here you can see my Pina is kinda isolated, but I don't have much pressure for my opponent either. So what I'm looking for is the half spaces. So you can see the space between, I think it's Huijsen, is the right center back, and Llorente. That's the space I want to get into. How do I do that? So R1 dribbling right here with Mbappe to attack that space. But I see Frenkie de Jong is kinda in the way, so I have to pass it to Messi right here. And I also see Pina is not really isolated. His CDMs open this passing lane, so if I want to, I can go to Claudia Pina. As the clip moves on, you can see I go to Messi. In the end, I find the pass back to Mbappe, where that space is in between his right back and center back, as I said before. It wasn't there straight away. In the end, right there is where the space opens up. Again, R1 technical dribbling into that space. My opponent defends it well. But as you can see right here, I have Messi, Bonmati and also Pina waiting there available for the pass. I turn to the inside, one pass, one more pass, nothing my opponent can do against it. And it looks really easy, but the main thing I'm looking for in this example are those half spaces. In between his center mid and right mid, and in between his right back and right back. Because those are the spaces that are really hard to defend from kickoff, as your midfielders are not really running back, and also your defensive line, you have to make a tackle at some point, otherwise you just get destroyed. So next kickoff you will see the same happening. First I will play on the clip and afterwards I will analyze. This time from the right side. And see, I find Bob to Messi to Pina. Now it's obviously hard to defend. Here I need to have a bit more patience, but in the end you can see I am scoring from this kickoff. Now let's break it down again. So from kickoff, obviously to Messi, to Bonmati, to the wing. Oscar Bob, already, you guys should know by now, those half spaces. In between his center mid and left mid. For him in this case, Mbappe and Reinders. In between is so much space. His defensive line is just walking back. It's not stepping forward. It's not defending actively. So you have so much time on the ball. Right here, I managed to find Oscar Bob with his tiki-taka playstyle. We play it to Messi. Messi also has the tiki-taka. We find Pina. But again, this half space where I had the ball with Bob is where my opponent is going to panic. Right here, I don't have the space right away to get into the goal. We find Bonmati and out to the wing. You can see my opponent's defensive line is not in shape anymore. His left back, right center back and right back are there, but his Marquinhos is all over the place. Same goes for his midfield. We managed to go to the other side again, so from the outside to the inside. For Bonmati, we find Pina. Then it's just a 1v1 and we all know how good Pina is, how good Pina's R1 dribbling is and how good Pina's finishing is. So the thing you have to look for whilst attacking from kickoff, those half spaces as I said. It's so hard for your opponent to press from kickoff. That aligns really well with what I'm gonna tell you now to how defend kickoff, because that's the topic we're moving to right now. What all the pros do once defending kickoff. As you can see here right now at the bottom left of my screen, you see me performing a lot of offside traps, which you do by pressing your D-pad arrow up twice. The second time you do it, your whole defensive line will step up. But the most interesting thing you see me doing is performing team press. I perform team press by pressing my D-pad arrow up and then to the left. This will make my team press my opponent, which obviously sounds pretty scary because I'm not even chasing the game. Why would I press? But we all know how hard it is to defend kickoff, and this way your opponent won't get that much space. As you see, my opponent is also looking for these spaces in between midfield and defensive line, but my defensive line will be way higher on the pitch because I perform team press and these offside traps. Right there, he just gets stuck with Nico and I can manage to win the ball back with Theo. Something you didn't see in the examples when I took kickoff, because my opponent didn't activate team press, I got these spaces in between the defensive lines. Next example, the same. You see me activating team press, offside traps. My defensive line is up high. It looks really risky, but if you don't do it, the risk you concede from kickoff is also there. But I promise you, in some situations, it will definitely help you concede less from kickoff. So that being said, you know how to score from kickoff. It's probably not the hardest thing in this video. To defend kickoff, you should make use of offside traps and team press. Don't you like team press? Make sure to use offside traps. Definitely something that can help you guys out. So I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm here to teach you and to educate you the best way to don't concede from kickoff. That being said, I want to make sure you guys also check out our latest video about 4-2-2. I think Manu was on that video, so make sure to check that one out after this. All that I want to say is thank you guys for watching. Make sure to put your thumbs up on this video. I would really appreciate that. Leave a comment down below if you like to. Subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you next time. Ciao.